Hi, this is Jules with ph360 and welcome back to our incredible retreat immersion. This is going to be a 6-part series. You're going to get a chance to see all 6 parts. This is part 2 of the retreat immersion. So if you've missed part 1 or you want to watch the rest of them, be sure to look on our YouTube channel, ph360 me, to find the rest of them. And so we just finished with Sophia. That was the morning of our retreat. This is getting all of the guardians and the diplomats and the sensors in their complete and utter flow with their movement. And so, and mindfulness is for all of us, so that was really fun. And so you definitely want to be able to watch part 1. And then what we're doing during this series is we wanted to bring retreats to you. For all of you people who haven't had a chance to come to retreat, we wanted you to be able to come and experience what it feels like to be on a ph360 personalized retreat. That's the difference between ph360 retreats and other retreats that you might go to. They are 100% personalized just for you. That means that you've done your ph360, and now we're taking all that data and everything that's in that program, and we're personalizing your movement, your mind exercises, what you're doing out in the world, how we're delivering information to you. Everything is personalized just for you. And the most important and most fun thing, and the thing that we all love so much when we're on a retreat, is the personalized cuisine. That means that your ph360 foods are being prepared specially for you. And our next guest is Mark South, and he is an incredible gourmet chef. He's from England originally, lives in Australia now with his beautiful wife and his little baby daughter. Very beautiful also. He has some gorgeous girls, a whole set of gorgeous girls. And he is going to be sharing with us some of the techniques that he uses when he's on a ph360 retreat and how he prepares individual cuisine for every single person who's on the retreat, specifically for their ph360. And once you've experienced this, you will never, ever want to go back. Mark has made food for all kinds of incredible people, very famous people, such as the Queen of England and the Mick Jagger and many other. There's just so many that I can't even say them all. And of course, he's prepared awesome, incredible cuisine now for our ph360 guests. So we're included in his list of celebrities and awesome people that he makes his food for. So I just want to introduce you now to Mr. Mark South. Mark, you there?
I am. How are you?
Awesome.
It's great. It's always good going after Sophie. Everybody's always, their body, energy and everything is risen. They're nice and awake, and they've got a little bit of appetite up as well. So it's great to always follow Sophie in the mornings. It's great to watch and listen whilst I'm preparing the food for everybody.
That's great, Mark. So one of the things is Mark is preparing food in the kitchen, and in the morning, some of the health types would require a smoothie, and so we thought preparing smoothies would be a really fun experience for everybody. So Mark, are you ready with your not just the regular smoothies, but also some information about detox smoothies, because people are really interested in that?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's very important for, as I say, when people come back from Sophie, to balance out their energy. So it's the case of having the right volume for the right body type as well. And what's also critical is exactly what's in their 360 profile. There's no guessing, there's no judging. It's just a case of balancing out all the good things that are in there. The great thing about a smoothie is it's relatively quick and easy to do, but the big bang for the bucks is that you can include all of the high level excellent foods in here and get a real good balance. So we're very, very specific about giving people that great start to the morning with those great ingredients that their 360 profile is telling them. As an example, I know my day, I know what I need, and I certainly know my profile. So I'm just going to make a smoothie based on my profile, but there's a lot of general information in this that is suitable to all biotypes. So I have great greens to start off with. So my mix is kale, rocket, and of course spinach for everyone. I start off with this because it's the most fibrous, and just to make sure that I'm really giving my metabolism a good kick, I'm going to use some beautiful fresh ginger as well, about 10 grams. I really like quite a spice. And so to make sure that this is blended quite well, I do it first. I have freshly squeezed carrot juice, nothing better than freshly squeezed carrot juice, about 150 ml, but I don't use it all straight away. There's a bit of a trick in that. So what I'm going to do is just quickly mute everybody, because I'm using a NutriBullet when I'm at home, so it is quite a loud so not loud at all when you mute, and not a very long process. So I've just got a basic liquid. So what I'm now going to do is to add a little bit more bump in it. Alfalfa is extremely good for me, so I add a considerable amount there.
Mark, I noticed that you did the greens with the carrot juice first. Can you share with everybody why you did it that way?
Just because the fiber in that, and so especially with the rocket, I want to release that peppery feeling, and also it's liquid to help the ginger blend down because it's fresh root ginger. I've sliced it a little bit, but I really want to make sure that there's no it's blended well and there's no pieces in there that's going to burn or anything on the way down. So what I'm going to actually do now is to add the majority of my carbs, which is the fruit. I've got 3 fruit this morning, so I've got about 60 grams of avocado, some pawpaw, papaya, as you may be called on your, and I like to split my protein. So I have 100 mils of egg white. But what I really love, and one of my star things that I love on my ph360 profile, and what everybody's becoming to love, is great hemp seeds. Now this provides me great amino acids and an awful lot of protein in there, so it just helps. And hemp seeds have a great nutty, sweet taste. So about 30 grams of hemp seeds, and just a little bit of a kick with some lovely aloe vera juice. And of course, I only have aloe vera juice 3 times a week, but I like the 3 times a week when I have it in there. It's great in there. So I've actually added papaya and avocado, and this is going to give it quite a little bit of body. So I'm just going to mute again, and when so we have a lovely green. And what's important is that going by the frequency of your foods, every day is in line and managed. There were the retreats, you may have papaya 3 times a week and blackberries, blueberries, so it's all very much balanced that way. And also I kept a little bit of carrot juice just to use at the end to correct the consistency that I like in the smoothie. So just one more mute and we're finished. And that's it. So it's packed with all the goodness. It's giving me the right balance of protein, minerals, vitamins. And being a crusader myself, a great amount of carbohydrates, which, cheers everybody, it's a great smoothie, which I just blend with on a couple of days a week, I've got 2 fresh figs to go with it this morning, just a couple of to go there. And it's quite easy, simple, and gives everybody what they want. So dependent on whatever your 360 profile says will be exactly what goes in there. That may differ from one to the other.
Oh, that's awesome, Mark. Thank you. So when people are out there and they are looking at their profile, and some people know they know their health type, and if you don't know your health type and you want to know your health type, you can email support, or you can take the health type test at healthtypetest.com. healthtypetest.org. Healthtypetest.org. Okay, so just if you could talk just a little bit about when people are looking at their profile and they've got this whole list of all these different fruits and vegetables, and they're thinking like who would think, oh, I should put some arugula or rocket, as you guys say, right? Because it's called two different things in two different places. Yeah. Why would I put that in my smoothie? Like, what are some of the ways, like kind of a formula maybe that they can look at on when they're looking at their profile on how to create their very own specialized smoothie specifically for them?
I think very important to really familiarize themselves with their drinks underneath the tab drinks, because this will give you your top juices. It may also give you, let's say, some things you might like to try. As you know yourself, there's ability of putting green tea in a smoothie. Someone's looking to detoxify a little bit more, or that's a little bit of the element, then that can be added. So familiarize yourself with all the ingredients in there, especially those ones that are excellent, because of course they're rated that way to give you the most benefit. And I just think it's a case then of, knowing what your biotype requires. So if we had a sensor, for instance, who was, slightly lower on protein, around 20 grams, maybe max net, just to use whatever your protein is. Generally egg whites, can be hemp seeds, other sources of protein, and balance it out with your great veg. And trial and error. When you're putting things in there like papaya and some blueberries, blackberries, whatever your fruit's been, it's giving you that natural sweetness in there, which helps to, balance out the likes of spinach and kale, which can be an element of bitterness. But if you try if rocket or arugula is high on yours, just try it, because it gives a tremendous peppery taste in there. So it's knowing, and it's just trial and error, knowing that you will, some flavors are masked. Spinach gets masked quite well with a bit of ginger and a bit of carrot juice and everything else like that. But it's really about understanding your needs in your biotype, and also, most importantly, your profile. I mean, when I go to look after somebody at a retreat, it's very much about their profile. It's like me meeting them without meeting them, and being very prepared, with their welcome drinks or whatever when they meet there, because it tells me an awful lot about them as a person, and you can relate very much there. So it's, first of all, look at those things that you do like, that you're eating now in the transformation over to 360, that you can still continue using, and be open to try other things. Very important to, understand the benefits of herbs and spices within your smoothie that raise your metabolism, that give you extra ability to absorb all the great nutrients and vitamins in there. So it's a case of, don't be scared. It's food. It's good for you, and just give it that mix. If you know your biotype, it's just a case of really having a good concerted look through your foods that are available there for you.
Okay, and is there anything special for each one of the health types? Is there anything special about smoothies? Like, for instance, a sensor in their profile, it says not to eat warm foods. I mean, only to eat warm foods. So how do they apply that to the smoothie? And is there anything else particular like that would help another health type?
I mean, I think generally, if your decision, smoothies are packed with the ability, but the thing is trying to get them to be absorbed through your body. And again, the use of black pepper, the use of ginger is so important. The same as if you're going to have a salad or something, to infuse it with a warming food, with an eschalots or something like that, that's going to raise your metabolism, that's going to try and do exactly what warm food does by warming your internal. So that's the most important key, is to give it that little bit of a kick. And that's why I always get people to look at fresh root ginger underneath their list there, because if that's there at 5, then you just make sure you put enough in there that you can feel the warmth. And it will give you an uplifting feeling, but most importantly, it's going to raise your metabolism to allow the absorption of the nutrients to be maximized. So it is very important to have that there, rather than take it out and just eat cold, where you won't then necessarily maximize the benefits there, especially, as you're right, if you're a sensor. And also myself as a crusader, who's very beneficial to eat warm soft veg, for instance. I put a lot of garlic, black pepper, sometimes chili in there to make sure that I'm maximizing that process. Even though my metabolism is high, it just gives me a better absorption rate.
That's right. That's great. Thank you, Mark. And Mark's the one that helped me to really understand that when I tried so many new things in my smoothies, I couldn't believe how great they tasted. He made a smoothie that had cabbage juice and celery juice and all these crazy things in it, and then mixed some green tea in it. And there were so many it was like all excellent up at the top of every one of my foods and my fruits and my veggies, and everything was in there. And when I tasted it with that little bit of, I think you put a little avocado in it too, maybe, but it was like green tea ice cream. It was so delicious. And so you guys, you can really pack your smoothies full of all of these nutrients, right? I learned that from Mark. And Mark, I just wanted to, if you wouldn't mind sharing with people, coming on a retreat, Mark gets the list of people weeks in advance and really just completely lovingly goes through and looks at every single person's profile. And I just wondered if you could share a little bit about what retreats are for you, and you're the core, really. I mean, if you think about food, food is such a vital core part of everything that we do. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Mark is one of our ph360 coaches also. And so he's available on the specialist site that he can have appointments with you and help you with your foods. And he's just amazing. And you'll learn so much on a retreat also. But just sharing a little bit about, kind of how that is for you, and having all these people swarming in and butting into your kitchen and all the things, because you're such an integral core part of what we're doing. Just love to have you share a little bit about that.
I think there's a marriage. I mean, you very quickly become like a family from time one. There's always that thing about meeting and greeting, and there's a family, but it's more the environment, both from a professional side, from a food lover and a food professional. I am actually with the person. So whatever I give them, I can really get immersed in how they're feeling, and that real transformation in them, that real change, that sparkle in their eye, the freshening of the eyes, the smile on the face. It gives me the ability where traditional chefs don't get so much, where they're stuck in the kitchen, not necessarily directly creating a dish for health, creating a dish hopefully that you like it, where this is specific to somebody. It gives purpose, it gives fun, excitement, because when I'm now experiencing seeing the results, it's another opportunity to really benefit somebody's life in a better way, and to help them kick and reach their goals. It's just fantastic. And it's great learning that we have a saying that nobody is the same. People in the same biotypes have different value ratings of food due to their total current epigenetic gene makeup, and what their goals are. And it's just amazing to be able to, for me, it's like playing. It's seeing food in a different way, but with a direct, purposeful, meaningful purpose that can be delivered to the person, and you can witness the results as they move through the days. And come day 3, day 4, it's amazing how people look so vibrant, and the smiles are there, the eyes are glistening, they're talking to me about their tummy and things like that. It's a marvelous platform to be able to really focus on a single person, but multiple single people, and you're all there trying to achieve the same things and your own goals. So it's just a tremendous platform. And of course, it's great to be in that supporting role, not just to provide food, but to explain the food and to answer the questions, and to relate it back to their home lives, so it can be replicated back at home. So it's a complete platform for education and sharing against defined goals and objectives that are set by the peeps themselves.
Exactly. And so many people who have been to the retreats have commented, Mark, too, just about the value of your classes, of the appointments that you have with them, and how much you supported them and helped them to feel good about what they were cooking and how they were interacting with their food when they got home, and that it made it seem like before, where everything seemed hard to them, when they went home after their retreat, after they got to work with you, they felt like things were easy that weren't possible even before, and had a whole new relationship with food and preparing food. And it's really amazing and special what you create for people. Thank you.
Well, it's really warming that people stay in touch. People still ask questions. Um, Especially at the retreat time, when you're absorbed and captivated by what's laid on for you. You don't have time necessarily to write every recipe down or ask me all these questions. So afterwards, it's very warming that, I suppose in normal commercial terms, people call it return customers. Well, they've stayed for a week and they've eaten my food for a week, and then they want to stay in touch. That is the reward. That is the reward. There's several this morning who had answers back on smoothies. Smoothies are very popular at the moment. Yeah, and how to poach and this and that. So it's great that as I say, you create a family, you create a network, you create that support, and you see value. So it's great to be rewarded, yeah, by that follow-up communication afterwards.
Yeah, that's great, Mark. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing. You guys, this is just a tiny little part of what Mark does. I mean, there's only so much we can do in 30 minutes. And so this was a tiny part of that. And thank you so much, Mark, for bringing your magic and your love and your joy to the food and to the people that we bring on our retreats. And all of our ph360 members, you guys can join Mark for cooking, as a coach. There's so many different ways to interact with Mark. So if you're excited about that and you don't see it anywhere, write into support at ph360.me. Just write into support and say that you saw Mark and that you want to take a class with him or do some coaching with him, and we'll get you all squared away. All right.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you so much. You are awesome.
You.
So, you guys, that is our part 2 of our retreat series, and we're super excited to bring you 4 more sections of the retreat series. We have Diana Anderson coming up next. She is going to be sharing with you our epigenetic factors, and our environment are so important for our overall health. I mean, way more important than we give it credit for. Food is important, movement's important, but our place and our environment and what we interact with every single day on a daily basis is vital for our health. And she's going to be sharing with you how to create your very special place right where you are. And so even if it's not your ideal climate and location, according to ph360. So we're going to get a chance to do that next with Diana. And we're going to take a little break now and sign off, and we'll be back. There'll be another video. If you're watching the replays, it'll be coming to you in a couple of days. And if you're here now, just take a quick break and then come back and join us again. We love you guys, and we are so happy that you're here, and just participate. This next one is an experiential participation exercise. So get ready. We're going to take you through a workshop. So get your pens out, get your notebooks out, and we're going to be sharing all kinds of awesome information with you. All right. You guys take care. We'll see you soon.